Hello everyone, welcome to the AWS PyCharm tutorial series. Today I will show you how to install the system dependencies like the AWS CLI, followed by AWS Sam, and finally the AWS Toolkit. Okay, let's start first by downloading the AWS CLI. As I am using a Windows machine, I will download the 64-bit installer. You can follow the same website if you are using Mac or Linux. Let's move forward and download AWS Sam. As before, I will download the 64-bit version, but before downloading, make sure you have installed AWS CLI and Docker on your machine. We start by installing the AWS CLI. I will follow the default installation process, proceeding with Next, accepting terms and agreements, and finally clicking on Install. As a note, if you're using Windows, then you will get a prompt to proceed for installation or not. Okay, now I will be installing the AWS SAM. I will follow the same installation process as I did before for AWS CLI. It's time to install the AWS Toolkit plugin for PyCharm. As you can see, I've opened PyCharm. I will then click on Configure as shown in the bottom. Then I will go to Plugins. Now I'm going to search for AWS Toolkit, and finally I will click on Install. Before starting up the project, make sure that you have an AWS account. As you may know, AWS provides a free tier for some of the services up to 12 months. Also, there are some services which are even free after 12 months, such as AWS Lambda, which provides 1 million free requests per month and 400,000 gigabyte seconds of compute time per month. As you can now see, I have successfully logged into my AWS account. Now I will search for IAM, which is also known as Identity and Access Management. IAM lets you manage access to AWS services and resources securely. When I click on Users, basically it will show me the list of users residing in my account. As you can see, I have one user. I'll click on that specific user to get more information. Here you can see Attached from Group. A group is a collection of IAM users. Groups let you specify permissions for multiple users and make it easier to manage. In the Groups section, I have a group called AWS SAM, which has one user with some specific permissions. Over here, I have provided full access to some of the AWS services because of the tutorial, but this is definitely not a good practice. You should always follow the concept of least privilege. Okay, let's move back to the users. I will click on the specific user. Now I will hover to Security Credentials. I'm now going to click on Create Access Key, and it is going to provide me an access key ID and secret access key. Now open Command and type AWS Configure. Copy your credentials as shown on the screen and press Enter. You can ignore the region name and the output format. Now you are finally set to access your AWS services programmatically through the CLI. You've completed installing the system dependencies. So in the upcoming video, I will show you how to set up our first serverless project in PyCharm.